Hey, what's up, you guys? Great to have you back on the show. I'm Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. If we're talking about Shaquille O'Neal, we're talking about one of the best players who ever played in the NBA, one of the most dominant players of the NBA. And that guy had such a great and long NBA career that you sometimes kind of forget that he played alongside some of the greatest players too. I mean, he played with Kobe, Penny, Kevin Garnett, and so on and so on. And that gave me the idea for this video. So in this video, I want to rank the sidekicks of Shaquille O'Neal. And I will do so by taking a look at the potential, the success, and just the overall fun to watch. But before we start with this video, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I will say, let's start right away.
I want to know out of all the tandems, because you was you and Kobe, it was you and Penny, it was you and D Wade. Like,
you asked me who was the.
What was your most fun?
When he had left, it was downhill for us because you can't lose a guy of that magnitude. Shaq was, to me, the best big man in the NBA, and to lose him, I knew that it was going to end my title run to try to get a ring, and that he was going to go on to bigger and better things in LA.
So I want to start off with the Cleveland Cavaliers, so Shaquille O'Neal playing alongside LeBron James. And I know LeBron James was the main guy of that team because Shaquille O'Neal was way past his prime, but still Shaquille O'Neal was a big name in the game. Shaquille O'Neal and LeBron James played together in the 2009-2010 season. That already was in Shaq's ring chase period. At that time, Shaq already was 37 years old and was hoping to get just one more ring. And they came close. The team won 61 games that season and made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, where they lost against the Boston Celtics.
Sealed off Jefferson, gets inside, spins it home! Long kick out to LeBron, nobody will catch it. And Shaq playing a little bit of Brett Favre. That's something that the Cavaliers have been adding to their offense immediately. It's early transition, get the ball to Shaq while he's in motion. Beautiful feed from LeBron James. James, spin move, back shot in and out. Perkins had it, lost it, James saves it.
And next on our list, we'll have the combination Steve Nash and Shaquille O'Neal. If this combination would have been 10 years earlier, this could have been something really special. Steve Nash, an incredible point guard who loves to get his teammates involved, and a young Shaquille O'Neal who was still able to run the floor. Man, this could have been something. But the 2 years together from 2007 until 2009 were okay at its best. At that time, Shaq just didn't fit that run and gun system, and even though he increased his points per game in the second year, it just wasn't the perfect match everybody was hoping for. And one of the reasons was Shaq was literally still holding a grudge against Steve Nash, winning back-to-back MVPs. So that combination only comes in at number 4.
No, as always, it used to be 125 media members. This year it's 100 media members. And so these are the results.
Really?
Of
Okay,
that
so we know
balloting.
this is not going to be good.
I agree with you, Chuck.
This is not going to be good, America.
What do you mean that cannot be good? You won MVP awards with
Yeah,
that.
one
same
time
voting.
and lost to Steve Nash twice. That's how I know it's not going to be good. Thank you very much.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. What?
Come on, wait.
Could bet
Can
you
you let
what?
that go?
No, I ain't going to let it go.
That was 20 years ago.
It don't matter. That's why I know this ain't going to be good.
What seems to be your overriding concern today? What is your issue? What would you like to get off your chest?
It was this little good-looking David Beckham little guy running around like a gnat, just passing the ball to people and doing this and doing that. He scored every now and then, but he would always beat me out in the MVP voting. And I'm averaging 28-15 without the free throws.
You're not,
And I'm going to the finals every year.
Do you not feel that Steve Nash deserved the award at all? There's not a part of you that says, yes, Steve Nash deserved the award for the following reasons.
Maybe once, but not twice over the diesel. Twice, 2 times in a row. He got 2, I got 1, Kobe got 1. Something wrong with that picture.
And the next combination on our list is going to be Shaquille O'Neal and Dwayne Wade. When Shaq came back to Florida in 2004, he promised the Heat organization a championship. And this was a very bold move, to say the least, because Dwayne Wade was only in his second season and the Heat wasn't really successful the year prior. But as we know, it all worked out. And a big part goes to the combination of Shaquille O'Neal and Dwayne Wade. And even though Wade took a lot of shots, he still was able to get the big fella involved, and it looked very good. I would never consider them to be a typical duo, but they made it work on the court, and they were able to coexist, which resulted in one championship.
You get to Miami, and the two of you have lunch. Why was it important to you to be so open about the issues you and Kobe had coming into that situation?
Because when you don't know a person, you have to go to what you hear or what you see. There's three ways to manipulate the mind: what you hear, what you see, and what you read. So, he don't know me. You just know that I got a problem with a guy that takes shots. He takes shots. So I said, listen, this is how it goes down. Bada boom, bada bam, bada bang. And at this point, I'm getting older. I'm tired. I don't want to argue with another guy. Me and Penny had a little beef. Me and Kobe had beef. Maybe I am the asshole.
And the next one on my list is probably gonna drive some of you guys crazy because you expected that to be number one. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm not only ranking by success, but also by potential and fun to watch. So now we got Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, and we know they were incredible. Two unstoppable guys that could literally kill you on the floor. They were a dynasty and not only won 3 championships together, but also helped the struggling Los Angeles Lakers to be relevant again. And of course, we know that off court, they were so far away from being on the same page. It was incredible, but still they were able to make it for 3 championships.
Greatest, congratulations, the most dominant. You take that jersey up, put your own jersey on, man. About time now? Yeah.
Would you consider yourself friends?
Oh, definitely. No question.
During the Shaq years, were you guys friends?
No.
Such a shame, the two great players can't get along.
Kobe was just trying to do too much. When you're that good, you can do too much, but when you play on a team, it shouldn't have to be that hard.
There was kind of a Kobe faction on one side and a Shaquille faction on the other.
When everything went through me, the outcome was good. If the big dog ain't me, then the house won't get guarded. I don't know why anybody else would want to change other than selfish reasons.
So let's get to my personal number one. It's Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal. And I know Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal have never been as successful as Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, but that time was just special. Penny Hardaway was such an enjoyable player, and just to see the Orlando Magic and the dynamic of Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal was just incredible to watch. If you watched NBA basketball in the mid-1990s, then you know that the Orlando Magic had unlimited potential. And I'm 100% sure if Shaq would have stayed and Penny Hardaway would have been healthy, they would have won multiple championships. Right after the Chicago Bulls run, it would have been their turn. Penny was the best sidekick, or let's say the best match that Shaq ever had. Why? Penny was unselfish, looking for Shaq all the time, and had a very high basketball IQ. And if we're talking about fun to watch, that combination was just pure joy. I love to watch Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal. That was special.
Behind the back to Shaq. Oh, nice pass. Lob to O'Neal. Look at the big fella handle the ball. Over Ewing. Oh,
baby. The glory days of the Orlando Magic, and now we're joined by 2 of the founding fathers of that team that made it happen. Before we dive into the Magic of today, let's talk about what you two did in the 90s in Orlando in terms of that inside-outside game and how Penny as a point guard complemented you in the post.
Well, I knew coming in that I wanted to be a power center. So when I first met Penny Hardaway, I was running the floor. We was doing a lot of silly stuff. But when Penny came to play with me, he wouldn't let me post outside the lane. So after I got the rebound, I would run, and I would have to run to the middle of the floor and stop and make other teams say, oh, 3 seconds this, 3 seconds that. And then if they push me out, then I would get right here. I'd still be in position.
Yeah, I mean, Shaq did that better than anybody. He was so good at running the middle of the floor, and I would always throw it to him in the middle of the floor, and there was no way. I mean, we get how many points a game? 10, 12, 15 points a game.
Yeah, knowing what I know now, I would have stayed. I would have stayed and fulfilled my 7 years, and then looked at it differently after my 7th year.
Alright you guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace, I'm out. Hey you guys, if you're active on Facebook, I can really recommend Open Court. As an NBA fan, you should find everything you need. If it's funny NBA videos, impressive highlights, or even NBA news, I check out Open Court every day.